making sure that the business can operate without you is huge. Making sure that you understand the differences so that when you sell, you divide up parts of the sale. Welcome to How to Retire on Time, a show that answers your retirement questions. Say goodbye to that oversimplified advice you've heard hundreds of times. This show's all about the nitty-gritty. Now, that said, remember, it's just a show, not financial advice. It's educational. So do your research. As always, text your questions to 913-363-1234. Again, 913-363-1234. Let's dive in. David, what do we got?
Hey, Mike, I've got a business that I plan to sell in a few years. Any tips on how to prepare for the sale and retirement?
A couple of things. First off, keep clean books.
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
You've got to have an evaluation of your business for it to be priced appropriately. So if you really don't have clean, accurate, predictable books, you're guessing.
So if there's like big gaps, like, ooh, I was really good at recording everything here, but then I goofed off that year or this month.
Or you oversimplify the expenses. And I've been guilty of this too. You've got 3 or 4 categories and everything goes into 3 categories. It's really hard to figure out what's going on in the business if you have oversimplified books or not really kept well and you kind of just at the end of the year just throw it all in something and call it good.
Okay.
You want to have good, high-quality, transparent books. That's the first thing.
All right.
The second thing is to make sure that you're building systems so that the business is able to proceed without you. That's important. If your business is in your brain and your knowledge, you're going to have a hard time selling it.
Right. We can't just transfer your brain, right?
Yeah, the Matrix, we haven't figured out how to, download from the Matrix or whatever, but that's important. Is your business sellable? It's all predicated on the idea that someone could buy it and then maintain it along the way. So that's written SOPs, standard operating procedures. That's if you can walk away from it and it still runs, that's a good sign. What are your assets? So you've got real estate assets that you want to make sure are accounted for. What's the value of the real estate if you own office space or something like that? What are the total hard assets too? Are you a farm? Do you have tractors? Do you have equipment that's going to be part of the sale? And then there's goodwill as well, and that's kind of the brand, the intangibles that you might want to consider. Okay. So making sure that the business can operate without you is huge. Making sure that you understand the differences so that when you sell, you divide up parts of the sale. This is often missed.
Oh, yeah. So tell me about that.
You could just sell a business and you're paying the gains on the taxes. And a lot of businesses started with sweat equity, just made it happen. So there's a lot of capital gains on that. Maybe you bought a business and you depreciated. But most people started the business from nothing. So everything is being taxed as capital gains. Or you could divide it up. So let's say that the real estate is half your business. The office space is, let's just throw out a random number. Let's say you've got a $500,000 small office building somewhere. That's kind of nice. Maybe it's $1 million. Let's say $1 million office space building. It's yours, and there's other tenants. Great. And then your business is worth, let's say, $1 million as well. So $2 million in total sale for this simple situation. You could take and divide up. So you've got the real estate and 1031 exchange it into something like a Delaware statutory trust so that you don't pay capital gains or depreciation recapture of that part of the sale. That then moves into a Delaware statutory trust, which maintains cash flow, but you've deferred taxes until you pass. You just have to keep doing a 1031 exchange to new DST after DST after DST. That's a tongue twister. But you're able to defer some of the taxes until you die. And if you hold it until you pass, then there's a step up in basis so you don't pay those taxes. And you're maintaining a higher cash flow. Let's say you're getting 4% on the value. Well, you get more money if you get 4% of $1 million as opposed to 4% of $700,000.
Okay.
So, but you only get those tax opportunities if you're selling the business with different transactions.
Okay.
You don't get the DST, the 1031, if it's all grouped together. It has to be a real estate transaction for the real estate exit, where it goes real estate to a QI, qualified intermediary, and then it goes into a DST. Or Maybe it's 721 upreach or whatever the option is. There's multiple paths here. But you don't just sell a business in one transaction and it works out that way.
And so what if you need income? The portion that goes to the DST, does the DST pay you a little bit each year?
Each month, yeah.
Or each month, okay.
That's quite nice. Or quarterly, it depends on how you structure it. But yeah,
All right.
that's kind of nice.
So you're controlling the money sort of coming back at you, so it's in smaller chunks. And
well, you don't control it.
No.
You're paid out, but it's pretty predictable. It might go up or down based on the rent and things like that.
Sure.
But it should be pretty predictable.
Okay.
That's the idea. And then you've got the other $1 million, which is goodwill, let's say. Okay, goodwill, great. You get the best you can. You're going to pay taxes on that. Maybe you entertain something like an oil and gas partnership, which purposely you put the money in there. You suffer all sorts of losses, okay, on purpose to offset the gains, and then you make your money back. That is a risky strategy.
All right.
But it is an option if you want to talk about tax strategy on selling the business. Maybe you don't. You just want to eat the taxes. It is what it is. You embrace it, and then you move forward with a more comprehensive retirement plan on how to adjust. Maybe you split the difference. I mean, there's so many things that you could be done, but it all is based on you setting up so you can get the maximum amount from your business. And when you sell it, someone else can step in and really get the most out of it. And then from there, how do you separate the sales? So there's a lot of planning that goes into this.
Yeah. So,
and you don't want to do it willy-nilly.
Yeah. You don't want to just take, hey, you're bundling the whole thing up, the real estate and the business in one package. You just take the $2 million in cash, and then that's a huge tax bill, it sounds like.
And not all business brokers know this kinds of these strategies.
Yeah.
They're brokers. Their job is to get you a buyer.
Uh-huh.
They're not tax professionals.
Right.
Some of them do their own research and know about the stuff. Some of them don't.
Okay.
I like business brokers.
Yeah. They're good at what they do, probably. They can find the buyer.
It's hard to, It's not like you go to the grocery store, I think I'll buy a business today. Not happening.
All right.
Brokers make these deals happen. So understanding how to structure the deal is going to be important. Understanding the preparation, clean books, operational systems. The true test is if you can just walk away today and not do anything and the business still works, you got a good business. Dan Kennedy, he's a fun marketer. He doesn't pull back. He says what he says. Like he says what's on his mind. And he'll often ask business owners, he'll say, if you walked away today, no more emails, no more daily anything, no more products, no more selling, like nothing. You just walked away today and did nothing. Would your business continue to function? If not, you've just got an expensive hobby. You don't have a business, you've got an expensive hobby. A business is supposed to operate without you. So if you want to sell your business, get it so it can operate without you.
Yes.
Then sell it.
So if you're not there yet, it might take, I don't know how much time to get it to that point where you could walk away and it still worked.
Yeah. And maybe you get a business coach to help you along with that preparation.
Yeah.
But those are important factors as you prepare for your exit.
Should you also prepare for should you have a plan for what next? Hey, I'm done. I walked away from my business. Now what do I do?
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's some big withdrawals that happen for business owners because you're always dealing with the next fire. You're always dealing with the next deal. You're always looking for the next angle. Business owners struggle in retirement because they're just so used to having a challenge and being done with it. It feels good for a little bit, and then you get stir crazy. So
gotta have a plan.
Gotta have a plan. Fill the void with something that's going to give you purpose. Absolutely.